Hello and welcome to another episode of Barrelman TV. My name is Steve Fleck. I'm the lead announcer for the MultiSport Canada Triathlon Series and the Barrelman Triathlon. My guest today is Gary Coetzee. Gary has competed in every edition of the Barrelman. That's 10 Barrelman races in a row. If there's someone who knows this race inside and out, it's you, Gary. Hate to put you on the spot. Great to see you.
Good to see you too. Thanks for having me.
I detect a bit of an accent there in terms of your voice. Give us the briefest sort of Gary Coetzee history and story and how you ended up here in Ontario.
I come from South Africa, from Johannesburg in South Africa. Moved the family across in 2012 and settled here in Ontario. Got a job here, and that's what brought me over.
Well, we're glad to have you, and it's been amazing to see that you've competed in 10 Barrelman races and Paris to Ancaster apparently last weekend. So you can go. We know you like getting dirty and going the distance. Wow, 10 Barrelman races, Gary. Take us back to that first one. If you can recall, do you have any specific memories of that first Barrelman race just over 10 years ago?
Couple of memories. It was actually a very friendly race. That's what blew me away compared to some of the other branded races. The atmosphere was very friendly. Everybody was relaxed. I've actually made a very good friend because of Barrelman. We've remained friends from the very first one, and it's been fun.
That is incredible. I've talked to other people about this, the social aspect of endurance sports, and it's something that I don't think is emphasized enough. These people that you train with, that you race with, sometimes become really good friends, just as you had mentioned. How has the race changed for you, like over the course of time? You've done it enough times over the course of a decade or more to sort of see, some changes to the race and changes in you. How have those changes manifested themselves?
Starting from the first one, it was a very small race initially. I think they put it off. It was supposed to be in 2013. They moved it to 2014 so they could have the organization even better. And in terms of the organization of the actual race, that's what has improved over the years. And the fact that it's just so accessible. And everybody can do it, and it's grown as a race. So when you're out in public now and people ask you what race you're going to do, you say, I'm doing the Barrelman. People know what the Barrelman is now. That's what's changed a lot.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's sort of developed its own brand or following. Beyond those changes you mentioned, Gary, what is particularly now, probably more recently, what is special to you about the Barrelman?
I think, as I say, the personal side of it, the fact that you get greeted at the end by one of the MultiSport Canada representatives, whether it be John or yourself or one of the people there, you get a handshake at the end and a congratulations pat on the back. That really makes it really personal, and I think that's a very special part of it.
Now, there have been some changes this year. These are probably the most substantial changes in the 10 plus year history of the race or event. They're going to make the final roughly 2/3 of the bike course be laps on the Niagara Parkway. And then they've also added an Olympic distance option for people should they want to experience the Barrelman perhaps at a shorter race. What's your take on these changes?
I get the emails and the updates all the time, and to me, safety is key. And the fact that 70% of the roads are now going to be closed, that's amazing. The less cars on the road where the bikes are is even better. The running portion has always been great. They've closed off the roads. It's well managed, and I think the safety is the biggest aspect there.
That's a good point.
And in terms of the Olympic distance, I think the options are also good. And the fact that you got the bike run or the swim bike, it's just opening up to people who don't have a particular interest in swimming or one or the others.
If someone was sitting on the fence, Gary, and contemplating Barrelman, what is the one what is the one thing that you would do to sell them, like on the race, to tip them over the edge?
The weather's still good. That's number one. Number two, it's the end of the season, and just finish off your season with a bang. I think to do a race at the end of the year, at the end of the season, I think that would be the tipping point for me.
We've had an extraordinary run of weather at the Barrelman. It rained overnight that first year. That is my recollection of year one, and we showed up to a wet sort of transition area. But every edition of the race has been fabulous weather. And to your point, it is historically the last and the final triathlon here in Ontario, if not across all of Canada. So you're right. It's a great sort of end of season goal for people. Is the Barrelman race, from your perspective, Gary, is it a good event for someone stepping up to maybe do a half iron distance event of that race distance for the first time?
I was a race ambassador in 2018, and that was a lot of fun. I got to meet a lot of new people. I was also putting it out there, and a lot of people were very nervous of doing their first half iron distance. And I just got a friend to join now, and she did a sprint try earlier, and she's like, I don't know. I said to her, you know what? The course is both challenging enough, yet easy enough for your first half Ironman distance. I think that's what would kind of sell it for people. The challenges are there. Yes, it's a flat race on the bike course, which makes it a lot easier, and the run is all closed off. And the fact that the swim is basically in a giant swimming pool, the safety there, again, it's. I think that's what would do it for your first race.
I'm sure with 10 years experience at Barrelman, there's been many memories for you. We'll start with the worst and we'll go to the best. What was sort of your worst or darkest moments in the 10 years of Barrelman history you have, and what was the best?
So the worst, I think the one year we had 50 to 60 k an hour wind gusts. We were blown off course. I was lucky just down the bike, especially on an aero bike. The wind was blowing us all over the place. And in terms of the best, I got my personal best of a 4:53, I think, in that distance, and that to me would be the best. Yeah.
You mentioned the personal best. What are the goals and expectations for Barrelman 2025 for you, Gary?
To finish. No, I just love participating in the race, and that's why I said from the very first one, I actually went to John and I said, I love this race. I love the way it's organized, the friendliness. To me, it's just a fun day out, and the spectators are good. I go out and I just see everybody with a smile on their face, and that's basically, like you said, it's the end of the season. You're already tired. You can do a PB if you train for it. But I think it's just the enjoyment factor.
It's got all the elements the Barrelman does, Gary. Thank you for taking a few minutes today to talk to us, Gary, getting to know you a bit better here on Barrelman TV.
Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure.
You've been watching another episode of Barrelman TV. My guest today has been 10-time Barrelman finisher Gary Coetzee. I'm Steve Fleck on behalf of the whole team at the Barrelman and MultiSport Canada. Thank you for watching. We hope to see all of you on the Barrelman start line in September.